What's up, y'all? It's your girl Jess from She Vibes, and Detroit Auto Parts is the official parts store of Red Line Radio. They have two convenient locations on the east side, East 200th Street. You'll call 216-531-7373, or the west side, Pearl Road, at 216-398-7373. Mention Red Line Radio and receive 10% off your purchase. And always remember, it's definitely a vibe.
Comedian Sean Boyd from Just Therapy. I got to talk to you about something important. Growing Wings Adult Services. You know, they're actually the official sponsor of the new state-of-the-art Studio 2 for Redline Radio LLC. But Growing Wings Adult Services, they have been in business for 5 years. They have 5 years experience of working with adults with disabilities. If you need more information, you got to call my girl Lisa. Call her at 234-334-7547. Don't forget Growing Wings Adult Services, and make sure you ask for Lisa.
What's going on, y'all? It's Tim from Tim Buck Tuesday here at Club Pizzle. And I can't wait till I do a comedy set in here, man. He got a nice, crazy stage in here. We can go ahead and go up there, do a couple sets. I talk about my titties some more. It's going to be a great time. You know what? As a matter of fact, I'm going to ask Pizzle to get Bad Juju in this boy. You know, Bad Juju is the official band of Redline Radio. I might have him call Dan. Actually, I'm going to have him call Chad today. I forgot the number because we changed it. So once we get you that information, but you can find Bad Juju on Facebook at Bad Juju. That is BADJUJU. So after I talk about my titties, they can rock you out. What's going on, everybody? It is Tim Buck 2 from Tim Buck Tuesday. And you know, I really hate doing home improvement, but I love the way it looks. So what I do is I call Wiggins Construction and Home Improvement. They fix bathrooms, windows, kitchens, sliding doors, and much more. Give Will a call today at 440-731-7654 and tell him Redline sent you. He'll get your house looking right in no time. Yo, Dave, I really appreciate you letting me do my thing over here at Redline Radio LLC.
Tim, ain't no thing but a chicken wing.
Hey, well, you know I love them chicken wings. I got a couple buddies that's trying to come on and do a podcast. You got anything for them?
Heck yeah, we do. Just have them give me a call.
Bet. I'll have them call 440-503-0828.
Tim, don't forget to tell them that we're available on all social media platforms.
And you can't forget about the Redline Radio LLC app on the Google Play Store.
Damn, how'd I forget about that?
You was probably thinking about them little people again.
Damn, I probably was.
That's cool. They just trying to be a part of the winningest radio station in Cleveland.
And we got the hardware to prove it.
This is really gross, but dirty trash cans can pose a serious health risk to you and your family. The pungent smell can attract rats and flies, not to mention maggots, both of which can contain dangerous diseases transferable to humans. Your dirty trash can is susceptible to harboring dangerous bacteria. Contact Brandon at Fitz Trash Bin Cleaning today at 440-752-1533 or find them on Facebook. Veteran owned and operated and eco-friendly. Again, call Brandon at 440-752-1533.
Oh yeah. Damn, I ain't all the way ready. Let me get my shit together, man. All right, we here now. You can fade that out, Tim. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Want to welcome everybody to another episode of Club Pizzle. I am, of course, Pizzle, John P, Uncle John. But in the meantime, in between time, you already know, y'all can call me. I am him. Oh man, y'all gotta excuse my voice. I am like halfway. I'll try to book the rest all day today. But you know, that's what happens when you go to back-to-back charge games and both games are very close and you're cheering and you're yelling and you're screaming. So voice is a little scratchy and I feel good, but I know I sound like shit. I do. But again, man, thank y'all for y'all continued support of this show and of this platform. Oh man, Timbuktu, my guy.
What's going on, dog?
How you feeling, man?
I'm excellent, dog. Excellent. I feel better if you throw me one of them packs of annihilators, though.
Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we got annihilators. Today's sponsors is Annihilate. Shout out to Dave for finally giving me my motherfucking annihilators. You still like 2 weeks short of annihilators though, Dave. Shout out to Dave. He came through. We got the annihilators in here finally. So we gonna do some pie in the day, goddammit. What flavor you want? I got 2 grapes here. 2 grapes. Oh shit, damn, my bad. Ain't nothing broke, but we got annihilators. Now, to my surprise, yesterday I was sitting at work, or was I sitting at home? I don't remember. But I get a message from Dave, and you got that ready, Tim?
Yes, sir.
This is the message that I got from Dave. Roll that. Look at this shit. I want y'all to see this. This is hilarious. Look at this. He is in the spot. Shout out to Dave, man. Just to let me know that my annihilators was gonna be here. Shout out to Dave. Now I'm gonna have to hide these from my damn kids. Let's get these sponsors going, man. First things first, we got big shout outs to Detroit Auto Parts, the official parts store of Redline Radio and home of our original studio, which I'm sitting in right now. They have 2 convenient locations on the east side. Call 531-7373 or call the west side at 216-398-7373. Mention Redline Radio and receive 10% off of your purchase. With the way this weather is going right now, I'm pretty sure some of y'all gonna be wanting to call Detroit Auto Parts because y'all gonna need it. You know, the trucks is gonna come out and they gonna be digging into the ground, you know, trying to get the snow out. And the salt is going to eat away at the asphalt, and it's going to end up being craters and potholes and all kinds of shit in February. So when income tax time roll around, y'all better hit them up. And also, big shout outs to Growing Wings Adult Services. They are the official sponsor of the state-of-the-art Studio 2. Home of some of our other great shows we got here. Shout out to everybody over at Studio 2. Growing Wings Adult Services has over 7 years experience in taking care of adults with disabilities. For more information, call Lisa at 234-334-7547. That is Growing Wings Adult Services. They go to Dave Letterman shit. Yeah, I got that. Couple things we want to promote before we really get into the shits. This Saturday, I will be live in Studio 2 with Dave. Shit, I forgot the name of the show, Dave. You got to forgive me. I'm bugging. I forgot the name of the show. Unscripted, right? I hope that's the right show. They're on from 10 to noon. I will be on starting at 11 o'clock. I'm going to sit down and chop it up with the guys. I was supposed to be there a couple of weeks ago, but that's when I caught the flat in my car, and I'm sitting in damn NTB for too damn long, you know, so I had to cancel that, and we gonna get it popping this Saturday. Also, this weekend coming up, what we got, Tim? We got 2 comedy shows coming up this weekend, right?
Yes, we do. We got
What we got up first? Friday, tomorrow night.
tomorrow night. You already know we're doing it with Lex. Pause. I said the Laugh Out Lucy's.
Them damn annihilators, man. See?
It was Annihilators.
Drink some water, Nick. Drink some water. Get some
It was
water.
Annihilators. Milton Wiley. You know how Milton Wiley, Sister Lou, Desmond Turner, LOL Brielle, Precious, Bill Stone, and it's going to be hosted by Kevin Ford.
All right.
$10 a ticket, $15 at the door. Starting at 7. Get there 7.
I want to give a shout out to Desmond Turner. Desmond Turner headlined the Unapologetically Funny show at Red Line at Old World Tavern last Saturday, and the whole entire show was dope. Shout out to everybody. Ihala did a fantastic job as a host. She's funny as hell. She picked with me because I was like right there and sitting close, and everybody killed it. But Desmond Turner, like, if y'all follow Lex right here on Facebook, y'all saw the video that he posted. Desmond Turner's trying to get his last joke off of his set, and you could hear somebody in the background being loud and talking and screaming and singing happy birthday. So Desmond Turner politely stopped and told him to shut the fuck up. He beat me to it because I was ready to say it, because it's like, come on now, y'all are at a comedy show, y'all see somebody up here, and you want to come in here and being drunk and fucking rude. Like, that rubbed me the wrong way. I wasn't happy about that, and I wasn't even the one on stage. You know what I mean? And that is something I do want to get to before we get into the other promotions. Like, the way that people treat local talent and talent that are just only on the ground floor is totally disrespectful. And I do not like the way that shit is done in Cleveland. I've been a part of this entertainment scene in this city for a decade, and I've seen it for a decade. I've seen places where people only come to see their people, and after their people get off stage, they leave. That is some rude and disrespectful shit. I've had to tell some of my family members about that. Like, y'all know, stay for the whole show. Like, don't just leave when I get off stage. Stay and support the other people, because you never know. These people might be on TV, or there's a possibility that these people could be famous one day. You know, that shit really just rubs me the wrong way. So I would like for my city, Cleveland, and I'm saying this for Cleveland because this is where I do my work. This is where I do business. This is where I've done shows, and this is home. Treat those people with the same respect you would treat the people that are already established. Please and thank you. Just wanted to get that off my chest real quick. What we got Saturday, Tim?
Nothing now later. Huh?
Goddamn, now let's see.
We got the Live,
nice.
Love, Laugh, Heart.
All right.
The family and friendly comedy event that's on the 28th at 5. That is going to be at the Grown Wings Adult Center, Service Center.
That's a lineup right there. That's a hell of a lineup. I've seen all of y'all.
Definitely a crazy lineup. We got Tsunami with Lil T.
Shout out to Tsunami.
The homie Ant Morrow.
Big homie Ant. It's my guy right there, man.
OG Spike Lee.
Spike Lee. I think Spike might be the only one I haven't seen live, but I have watched this movie that he has on Tubi, his comedy special. I saw that. Dope dude.
Shout out to Uncle Lou. The very funny My Baby Mama, GW Nail.
All of y'all is go ahead. I can't even get it out.
Sister Lou.
Shout out to Sister Lou. Sister Lou is hilarious.
She is. And the homie Tyrone.
The Fresh Prince of Welfare. I am never, ever going to forget that.
He is the mind from the Mind, Body, Soul, which is me, him, and Key.
That's dope.
And it's going to be me there as well, $10 too. Yours truly.
$10 if you nasty.
If you're nasty, girl.
Him buck too.
Him buck too.
That's gonna be a dope show, man. That's gonna be a dope show. And also, where the fuck is my mind at? Tomorrow night. Yes, indeed, tomorrow night. I want y'all to meet me at Networks Restaurant and Lounge up in Cleveland Heights, Big 40, celebrating my birthday. My birthday was last Saturday. Thank everybody for y'all calls, texts, Facebook messages, Instagram DMs, inboxes. Thank y'all for all of that. Like I am grateful and I am thankful to all of y'all. But come on out tomorrow night, celebrate with me. Go to the comedy show and then shoot on over to Networks for the after party. Come on out, man. I'm gonna be chilling, man. Just come wish me a happy birthday. Toast a drink. I'm telling y'all right now, do not buy me no drinks because I'm going to have enough. I drink Uncle Nearest. I don't need that much Uncle Nearest, okay? I just do me that favor. I will be toasting with the same fucking for most of the night. I'm just telling y'all that right now. So just come on out, man. Networks Restaurant and Lounge in Cleveland Heights, man. It's gonna be a good time. I'm gonna have a good time. The bartenders is dope. The music is dope. I believe Coco Z is the DJ on Friday nights up there. So come on up, man. Come on up and holla at your boy. And finally, I just talked to Dave before I got here, and we have decided on Super Bowl Sunday, we are going to do a Super Bowl preview show. So far, myself and Dave have confirmed. I'm trying to get the guys from Talking About Balls to come through, and we're trying to get the guys from Steel City Renegades to come through. And we're just going to sit around and we're going to talk football. We're going to preview that game. It's going to be from noon to 2 right here on Redline Radio LLC. So make sure y'all tune in for that Super Bowl Sunday. There's just a little something, man. I figured like it's Super Bowl. We got 3 sports shows and we all talk football. I'm wearing Browns gear on Super Bowl Sunday. I do it every fucking year. Unless the Chiefs go, then I might come in this motherfucker with a Pat Mahomes jersey. I'm just telling y'all that right now. But just make sure y'all come through for that, man. That's all of our announcements. That's like a damn church announcement. That's like the church announcements. And that is our announcements for the day. Amen. All right, man, let's get to it. Speaking of football, championship weekend is upon us. I'm happy, but I'm sad at the same time. I'm happy because it's championship weekend. I'm sad because football season is almost over. We only got 3 more games to go. I know I'm not including the Pro Bowl because I don't give a fuck about the Pro Bowl. Yes, they changed the format, and I do not care about it because I don't want to watch professional football players play flag football. I don't give a shit who's playing. I'm cool. I don't give a damn who y'all got as the coaches. I don't care if Peyton and Eli are the coaches. I don't care if Macklemore or Snoop Dogg are like captains or some shit. I am cool. I am not watching that. I'm not watching nothing Pro Bowl related. I'm going to spend next week, the off week of before the Super Bowl week, I'm going to spend that watching a whole bunch of basketball and some boxing and a little bit of wrestling. And a little bit of everything, man. You know, I'm the sports show, so I'm going to be covering all. I'm going to be talking about all that. I'm not going to talk wrestling here. I'll save that for another time. Maybe we can do a WrestleMania show, Dave, Lee Money. Anybody else who watches wrestling on this, anybody else who hosts the show who watches wrestling, we can get together and do something like that. But championship weekend, we're going to do Pizzle's picks early because this was a hell of a week. So you can put it back up, Tim. We got him Sunday, championship Sunday, 3:00. The San Francisco 49ers take on the Philadelphia Eagles. That's my phone doing that. God damn. I thought I turned it. Oh, my shit vibrated loud as hell. But championship Sunday, the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles, they were the 2 best teams in the NFC. The Philadelphia Eagles have been the best team in the NFL wire to wire. They started off undefeated, acquiring A.J. Brown in the offseason and adding him to an already dangerous offense with Jalen Hurts, who is improved on his rookie season. They have a hell of a defense. This team, like nobody expected the Philadelphia Eagles. Actually, I did. I picked them to win their division. I didn't know that if they were going to go this far. And then you have the San Francisco 49ers, who started the season with Trey Lance at quarterback, and he got injured. So enter Jimmy Garoppolo, who just had his contract restructured, and they were like a few weeks away from the trading deadline. They almost traded him, and Trey Lance goes down for the season, and Jimmy Garoppolo stepped in, and they started to improve a little bit. They traded for Christian McCaffrey, and they really started the ball. And then Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt. Enter Brock Purdy, a.k.a. Mr. Irrelevant. Shout out to Lex Vegas for the AKAs and shit. Make sure y'all tune in to the Lex Vegas show every Thursday from 7 to 8. Shout out to my guy. And once Brock Purdy came in, this team seemed to go up a whole nother level.
It's been Purdy ever since.
It's been Purdy ever since. Now, if we're going to do Pizzle's picks now. Because like I said, I got some shit I got to get to. Get a few things to get off my chest with a couple of the stories that, bro. This is a great sports week for it not to be a lot of games going on. And me back on the national shit, I don't have to sit and talk about the Browns, who did hire Jim Schwartz as the defensive coordinator. I think that's a great hire. I'm going to have more on that. Y'all stay tuned to just stay tuned. But, you know what, Tim? At the beginning of the playoffs, I picked the San Francisco 49ers to go to the Super Bowl. And I'm going to stick with that because they are, to me, they are the most complete team left. Offensively, their defense bullies people, but their offense bullies people the exact same way. Kyle Shanahan has finally learned when you have a lead in the fourth quarter, run the fucking football. He learned his lesson. It took him to blow a 28-3 Super Bowl lead, and it took him to blow another double-digit lead in the Super Bowl against the Kansas City Chiefs 3 years ago. So I'm going to pick the San Francisco 49ers in a close one to beat the Eagles at home. Now, if if the Eagles win, the Eagles win. I mean, they're the best team, and they have the best team. They're the best team record-wise, and they did earn the right to have the home game. And the way they were rolling last week, they look Super Bowl championship-esque. They really did. But I think the style of play the 49ers play, I'm going with San Francisco. I picked them at the beginning of the playoffs, and I'm not coming off of that now. What you got, Tim?
I've been saying it for a while now.
Still sitting Purdy. All right.
But I'm with you on that, though. Philly has definitely proved that
they got a squad. I like that team. They're fun to watch.
They definitely a nice team. So it's hard for me to discredit them at all. I think it's gonna be another close game, just like how the Cowboys game was.
Speaking of, listen, I don't usually call for people's jobs and say people got to go, but Mike McCarthy got to get the fuck out of Dallas. If I was Jerry Jones, Mike McCarthy, I'd have called back to Dallas to like the secretary or somebody, the janitors. I'd have called them like, hey, clean Mike's office out. He's not gonna come back to clean his office out. I'd have told him like, you can't ride back with us. You got to stay here. Because that final play, you choose to do that play this is the biggest play of your season. And this is the play that you choose to do. Why the fuck is Ezekiel Elliott playing center? And got tossed away like last week's trash. Dude dogged him. Like, I felt bad for Zeke, and I'm not even a Zeke fan. He's a good running back, and yes, he's not what he was a couple of years ago, but he's still a good back. He's still a decent back, and contribute to any team, and I don't think he's going to be in Dallas next year. And that's going to be his last play, and that's going to be his last memory in Dallas. I felt bad for him because dude he really did he tossed him oh, get out of here, man. Fuck out of here, Zeke, with your halter top shirt. Get out of here. And then on top of that, why did the pass Dak through? It's like, all right, you got all of those blockers out there. You throw the ball between the numbers to a dude who, yes, he's wide open, but there's a defensive back shooting down and streaking down to make the immediate tackle. If I was a Cowboys fan, I would have broke my fucking TV. I ain't gonna hold you. I saw a bunch of them. The one that I saw, it was just like hilarious. It's like, dude, you should have broke that TV anyway. You watching football on a 32-inch. That was wild. I saw another dude take his out to the driveway and run it over with a pickup truck. Like, it was some wild shit, man. Cowboys fans is wild. Listen, I don't care how mad I get. I'm not ripping up my TV. I don't care how mad the Browns make me. I am never breaking my TV. I would have, like, I remember back in the day, they used to sell like these little styrofoam bricks for people to throw at their TVs. But that was back with the big back TV with the, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't throw them shits at these new TVs. Now you throw that styrofoam at one of them TVs and beat them mesh the TV all the way up. So that's that, man. Oh, Mike McCarthy. The defense did enough, but the offense just didn't. Dak couldn't get it done again. Like, we'll see what happens with them next year. But with the way that their division is, you got the Eagles who may win the Super Bowl. They have a legit shot at winning the Super Bowl. Then you got the Giants with Danny Dimes and Saquon Barkley, who they're going to extend their contracts this year, and the possible return of Odell Beckham Jr. to that team. They're going to add to that team. They have a hell of a defense. You got Brian Daboll as your head coach, who is the quarterback whisperer. He fixed Josh Allen, and he fixed Danny Dimes Jones. So, and then you have the Washington Commanders, who I did not expect anything from. They're going to have maybe a healthy defensive line. They might lose Daron Payne. Hopefully Andrew Berry is on the phone and trying to get Daron Payne from them. And the Cowboys better get it together or they'll find themselves in the basement of that division. Dead ass. And finally on Championship Sunday, we have the Cincinnati Bengals and the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC Championship game for the second consecutive year. Now, Joe Burrow, salute. Big salute to Joe Burrow. I did not expect the Bengals to get this far in the playoffs, back to the AFC Championship game. Did not expect it. And I also did not expect for them to beat up on the Buffalo Bills the way that they did. It almost makes you wonder if they would have had an opportunity to finish that regular season game, or had the accident not happened in that regular season game against the Buffalo Bills on Monday night, what actually would have happened. And then a lot of things would have changed, and that game would have been played in Cincinnati instead of Buffalo. But you can look at a bunch of things. Like, you can look at, if Lamar Jackson doesn't go down, where do the Baltimore Ravens stand there? You know what I'm saying? But all of that shit is, it's just a bunch of what ifs. And then what actually happened, and what actually happened was Joe Burrow was out there, Joe Cool, and he carved the Buffalo Bills up. They beat the dog shit out of them. And of course, Patrick Mahomes on a bad ankle, and he was diagnosed with a high ankle sprain, and he is going to play this Sunday, led the Kansas City Chiefs over the Jacksonville Jaguars. I said it last week, and I'm going to say it again. The Jacksonville Jaguars are here. And they early to the party. That team had back-to-back number one picks in the draft, and they hit on both of them. And Trevor Lawrence is here. He heard y'all. That dude is here, and he is a gamer. And that team is going to add Calvin Ridley to an already explosive wide receiver core. They are, oh my goodness. I am, as a Browns fan, when I see shit like this, and just look at the AFC, and I'm going to get to my pick. Look at the quarterbacks in the AFC. You got Patrick Mahomes, 2-time MVP. Might win another one. Or MVP might win another one this year. You got Joe Burrow, who's led his team to the Super Bowl. You got Lamar Jackson, former MVP. You got Justin Herbert on the rise. You have Trevor Lawrence. You got Kenny Pickett, who is going to turn out to be a pretty good quarterback. Then you have coming up, the Houston Texans are going to draft a quarterback, and I believe it's going to be CJ Stroud. That dude he's coming. Russell Wilson is still Russell Wilson. Y'all can talk about him all you want to. There's a possibility that Tom Brady ends up in Vegas with the Raiders. The Indianapolis Colts are probably going to draft a quarterback, or they should draft a quarterback. It'll be either a CJ Stroud or Bryce Young or Will Levis. Will Levis is shooting up draft boards, and Will Levis, he is exactly what NFL scouts, when they turn on the tape, what they look for in a quarterback. A big 6'5", 230-something pound quarterback that can spin it. And that's exactly what Will Levis can do. So, and then Malik Willis down in Tennessee. Who knows what he's going to end up doing. But that's the AFC. And then you have Deshaun Watson with the Cleveland Browns. This AFC is going to, and you have Josh Allen in Buffalo. I don't know what the Jet situation is going to be with Zach Wilson. They have to hold on to him. You know, you have to hold on to him for now. You're not going to pick a quarterback that late in the first round unless one of those guys fall. And if they fall, that might tell you something about one of them. You know, I'm expecting CJ Stroud, Bryce Young, and Will Levis all to go early and real early. I'm talking about they're not getting out of the top 7. There's going to be 3 quarterbacks chosen in the first 7 picks of this NFL draft. Y'all can bookmark that. Y'all can save the file. The AFC, the quarterback situation in the AFC is just so, all of these guys are young, with the exception of Tom Brady, who might end up in Vegas for a reunion with his guy, Josh McDaniels, or Aaron Rodgers might end up out in Las Vegas. So, AFC, the quarterbacks in the AFC, like, it's any of those teams at any time can just strike and break out. You can go from a bad record to going to the Super Bowl. The Cincinnati Bengals did it. You know, the Jacksonville Jaguars won 2 games and they ended up going to the playoffs the very next year. So, Browns fans, y'all do have some hope. Y'all are already on the cusp there a little bit, and y'all are a quarterback away, and y'all saw what Deshaun Watson can do. And now let's see what happens when he has a full offseason with the team and a full mini camp and OTAs and all of that shit. Well, we're going to see. But enough talk about the Browns. Let's get back to this AFC Championship game. Now, Pat Mahomes may be injured, so he's not going to be able to run around the way he usually run around. But check this out. Pat Mahomes is still the best pocket passer in the NFL. Okay? Now, the Bengals have had their number the last 3 times, and I think that man named Patrick LaVon Mahomes is going to lead his team back to the Super Bowl. I picked Kansas City when the playoffs started, and I'm sticking to it, damn it. Give me the Chiefs at home. Get their revenge.
This one tough for me, Pizzle. I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
It's tough. It is really tough because the Bengals are playing like a Super Bowl. Like they playing like the defending AFC champions, and they're playing like a team that belongs in the Super Bowl. And the team, any 4 of these teams are capable of winning the Super Bowl. All four of them are. You can and make your pick. My bad. I'm cutting you off. Make your pick. My pick.
No, you're good. I was liking what you were saying. I was picking up what you was putting down, brother. No, but this is a tough one, man. Joe Burrow definitely has shown.
There's no wrong answers here.
Shown everything he needed to. That man Mahomes is definitely a dog.
He's the best pocket passer. He's still the best. He's the best passer in the league. Just when he scrambles, he's more dangerous.
With him being hurt, though, I think I gotta go. I gotta get a slight advantage to the Bengals, man.
Okay, and that's fine. I think if the Bengals do get pressure on him, they can win. If they can slow Travis Kelce down, which nobody's been able to do, the dude is always wide open. Every time you look up, Travis Kelce is wide open. And they have the running game this year. Isaiah Pacheco was tough, man. I like Isaiah Pacheco. I think his name is Isaiah. If not, well, that's what his name gonna be tonight, goddammit. So my Super Bowl is the Chiefs and the 49ers, a rematch of a couple of Super Bowls ago. That's what I'm rolling with.
Whatever it is, I think it's gonna be a pretty game.
It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be whatever, and then Rihanna at halftime. You know what I laugh at? If she brings Beyonce out and they finally give us the Rihanna Beyonce collaboration song that I've been dreaming about for at least a decade. I would like that. But I think Rihanna's gonna do her thing at halftime. I'm pumped about that. I just like looking at Rihanna. She's something to look at. Me and my wife like looking at her, so we can look together. Shit. You know what I mean? The NBA All-Star starters have been released. They were named probably maybe 2 hours ago. You got those, Tim? Let's put those up. Let's announce them. Congratulations to the guys who were voted in as starters for the All-Star game, which is going to be played in Salt Lake City this year. You can separate them. Let me start with the Western Conference. Starters. Wardell Stephen Curry, best shooter ever. Luka Doncic, LeBron James, Nikola Jokic, and Zion Williamson. And LeBron James was the leading vote getter, so he is the captain of that team.
I think it's gonna be dope to see Zion in the All-Star game.
It's gonna be a whole lot of fun if he gets back healthy. Just throw that one back up real quick. Just like looking at this, the fact that LeBron James in year 20, at 38 years of age, is still the leading vote getter in the All-Star game and still playing at a high level. And look at the guys that he's playing with. Steph Curry's been in the league for a while. Now he's been in the league for about a decade or so. And then you got Luka, the probably gonna be the guy, if he stays healthy and can be in shape and plays long enough, can threaten the scoring record that LeBron James is getting ready to pass here in a couple of weeks. And then you got Nikola Jokic, who to me is the MVP. Again, third straight year. I'm like Doris Burke. I don't want to hear shit about voter fatigue. This dude is playing he's playing better this year than in his MVP years. He's getting triple doubles effortlessly. And I watch a lot of the Nuggets games, and they're the best team in the West. And I'm still rolling with them. I picked the Denver Nuggets to win the Western Conference this year. And with Jamal Murray back, and Jamal Murray still isn't as healthy as he's going to be. Jamal Murray is still getting himself back, and he's still balling. I hear that heater, but whatever. I got them. I got the Nuggets. I'm still picking the Nuggets to win the West. They got the best record in the West. Them are the best record in the league, and they balling. And they were balling without Jokic. And let's pull up those Eastern Conference All-Stars. This is the one right here. Like, I'm happy for this. Check that out. Kyrie Irving, Donovan Mitchell, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Kevin Durant, and Jason Tatum. That first name I called, Kyrie Irving. It's funny what a little when you play basketball well, how all of a sudden everything that people say about you, how fucking quiet they get. The crickets are chirping. The Brooklyn Nets are playing ball. As the standings stand right now, the Brooklyn Nets have the 4th seed, and they will be playing the Cleveland Cavaliers in the first round of the playoffs. And I ain't gonna hold you. The Nets will beat the Cavs in a 7-game series. I'm just telling y'all that right now. Sorry, Cleveland Cavalier fans, not sorry. Especially the way the Cavaliers have been playing for the past couple of weeks. It ain't it. This is around the same time that they started tailing off last year, coming into the All-Star break. Guys starting to get tired, even though Evan Mobley did have his best game of his career last week, dropping 38. Only for them to turn around to lose to the funky-ass New York Knicks. It was a bad call at the end of the game, and the referees came out and said, my bad. But the fact of the matter is, y'all struggled against the New York Knicks. But back to the Brooklyn Nets. Why y'all don't want to talk about the Brooklyn Nets anymore? When they were losing, everybody was laughing. They're winning, everybody is quiet. They are balling. They're like 29-18 or something like that. Jacques Vaughn got them together. I was watching a little bit of the game last night when I got home, and watching Jacques Vaughn coach. He don't coach like the rest of the coaches. Jacques Vaughn is up and down the sideline like he's coaching and yelling. He ain't like Steve Nash sitting there holding his dick and not doing nothing. Letting Kyrie wave off his play calls and shit. So, again, man, Kyrie Irving voted in as an all-star. He led the guards in the East in votes. He had maybe a couple 100,000 more votes than Donovan Mitchell. And shout out to Donovan Mitchell of the Cleveland Cavaliers to start in an all-star game, going back to the place where he was traded from. Hey, Cleveland Cavalier fans, y'all still don't like the trade? I feel I have the need to ask y'all that. Are y'all still mad about the trade? We got an all-star back. Colin Sexton is never going to the fucking all-star game. He wouldn't have went to the all-star game in the Eastern Conference. I'm just telling y'all that right now. Sorry, not sorry. But those are the starters. And the cool thing about shit, I'm out of water. And still got a lot of more show left. The cool thing about the All-Star game this year is the captains, and Giannis Antetokounmpo is the captain of the Eastern Conference. So LeBron and Giannis are going to be picking the teams this year. The cool thing that the NBA is doing is they are letting them pick the teams day of right before the All-Star game. So it's pickup game style, which is dope. I love it. My man's in there. Got me some water. And then you're going to grab the good knowledge. I told you no more knowledge. I'm fucking with you. But it's pickup game style. As I pour water, they would never let this shit fly back in the day. I'm so glad the parameters and stuff is up now. But yeah, it's gonna be pickup style. And I think the reserves are gonna be named either next week or either next week or the week after next, right before the All-Star game. All-Star game is February the 19th. It's the week after the Super Bowl. And yeah, man, it's gonna be pretty dope. What else do we have to talk about? The big story. Oh, let me get into this Shannon Sharp shit real fast. So if y'all seen it last week, the Los Angeles Lakers were taking on the Memphis Grizzlies. And Shannon Sharp is at the game, and he got into it with Dylan Brooks and Steven Adams and Ja Morant and Ja Morant's dad T. Now, I got a good laugh out of it. I thought it was extremely funny because, one, Steven Adams is a whole giant and the strongest dude in the NBA. And when he walked up on Shannon, Shannon did not take a step back. I think Shannon actually took a step forward as he's chirping with Dylan Brooks. They exchanged FUs and, you know, it got a little heated and, you know, things happen. And initially they ejected Shannon Sharp from the game, but they let him back, which to me was wrong. That part of it I thought was wrong. I'm not mad at Shannon for doing what he did because everybody knows Shannon Sharp can talk shit with the best of them. But the fact that y'all ejected him from his seat and y'all let him back, I thought that was wrong. Reason being, I have an issue with fans who think they can just say whatever the fuck they want because they pay money to come to the game. That don't mean you get to be stupid. And if that was me or you, Tim, they would have threw us the fuck out of crypto.com arena the way Uncle Phil threw Jazz out. They would have tossed us out on our ass. Without our coat, without our keys or anything. They'd have just we'd have just been fucked up. And the fact that Shannon Sharp he did exactly what he preached about or preached against. Because remember the one playoffs where the fans were just doing dumb shit? They was throwing shit at people and just saying a bunch of wild, crazy, derogatory shit towards people. And Shannon Sharp got at those people. And when that happened Friday, you best believe on Saturday, those videos was up and people was like, it's funny, Shannon Sharp is saying this, but doing this. Now, Memphis Grizzlies, they do a lot of shit talking. They've been chirping. The Memphis Grizzlies are going to turn into that team that everybody's going to hate because they talk so much shit. And they're going to be a team that people root against just because they talk so much shit. Ask the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns do a lot of talking. What's that dude name who looked like a cartoon character? What is that boy name? I don't like him. That plays for the Suns. Cam, whatever the fuck that boy name is. I don't like him. The little guard. He can play, but I don't like him. He's annoying. I want to say Cam Irvin, but that's not his name. Man, what is that boy's name, man? I keep forgetting that boy's name. But he get on my nerves. He got a funny shaped head. He got a head shaped like a football. And I don't like the way his shot form is. His shot form is stupid. And he's very, very annoying. And have the gall to want to talk trash to people. And the Suns, they do a lot of chirping. Chris Paul is the same way. But I love Chris Paul. I mean, Chris Paul can do that. Chris Paul is the top 5 point guard of all time. But the Memphis Grizzlies are in danger. Cameron Payne, that's what his name is. That's his name. I don't know why I was thinking of Cam Irvin. Why the fuck football still on the line? But they are in danger of becoming that team. And I love Ja Morant. I'm a fan of Ja Morant. I'm a fan of Desmond Bane. I am a fan of Jaren Jackson Jr. I am a fan of Steven Adams. I do not like Dylan Brooks, though. We know Dylan Brooks really ain't tough. It's like, dude, you just 6'6". You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna talk what you talk, like you just 6'6", like, but you ain't him. But I thought Shannon Sharp, you know, it's like, dude, you gotta keep the same energy. You gotta practice what you preach. I appreciated his apology. He got up on Undisputed on Monday and he apologized because he said, I am not big enough. He's like, I'm not too big to apologize. So I am going to apologize. I was wrong. And I was explaining to people, yes, he was wrong. When he goes out to these games, he's not only representing himself anymore. He's representing Fox Sports. Yes, you're going to the game as a fan, but you on a syndicated, nationally televised show, which gets quite a few viewers. And this game is on national TV and you're acting a fool. That's like me going to a Cleveland Charge game and sitting front and center and acting up and cutting a fool and getting into it with a player on the court. When I'm going to these games, I'm not only representing myself, I am also representing Redline Radio when I go to these places. I'm not sitting in the media section, but I'm still representing Redline when I go out to these ball games. So I wouldn't embarrass myself, nor would I embarrass this station by doing that. And that's exactly what happened. And Shannon said, like, he didn't want it to be the situation where it turned out to be, where there are people calling other executives and people that work at Fox like, well, what's up with your mans? And that's what happened. And he apologized to the Grizzlies, and him and T. Morant pieced it up. That was like the old uncle. Those was the uncles that get into it. That's on opposite sides of the family and get into it at like a wedding or some shit, and then end up having drinks afterward. That's exactly what that was. I appreciated them showing that. And it's just that whole situation. Like, I appreciated Shannon Sharp for that. I did. Because he could have been stubborn and been like, I ain't apologizing for shit. But he was the bigger man and he apologized for it. So salute to them. And hopefully nothing like that ever happens again. And the fact that LeBron James had to defend that shit. It's like, dude, we just beat the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm playing with, it's me and a bunch of niggas. And y'all got me here answering questions about Shannon fucking Sharp. Nigga, I am LeBron Ramon James. Stop playing with my name. Ask me about the game. And all right, man. So there's a story that I've been following, and I hope y'all can hear me because I got to sit back here. There's a story that's been going on that took place over the weekend that I have been following in real time for quite some time. I am a huge fan of Ed Reed, Hall of Fame safety for the Baltimore Ravens, Miami Hurricanes alum, greatest safety of all time. Ed Reed, and I believe I announced it on this show, Ed Reed was named head coach of the Bethune-Cookman University's football team. And I was happy for him, and I was congratulating that. And I follow Ed on Instagram, and I follow him on Twitch. He's a great follow on Twitch because he plays music, he spins music, he does his DJ thing, and the shit is hard. Like, it's dope as shit, like big party, it just be some party shit going on, and he plays that. If y'all on Twitch, go follow Ed on Twitch. I'm not sure if he's going to be doing it like in the near future, but just in case, just follow him just in case he do pull up and get back to his music shit. But he would go, since he took that job at Bethune-Cookman, he would go on IG Live and show what is going on down there and showing the facilities and showing just a lot. He put that university on blast. And they don't have a decent place to practice. It's the HBCUs, it's bad there. Even at Jackson State before Prime got there, it was not a great situation. They play in shit facilities. They play on shit fields that don't get any type of maintenance besides some dude named Buck cutting the grass.
Not him, Buck.
I don't know why, but like Buck B-U-C-K, that's one of those old country names. Big old country dude in coveralls and a piece of hay hanging out his mouth. But like the situation is bad down there. And me and Tim was talking off mic, and I was explaining to him, like, those schools are underfunded anyway. They don't put money into them. they don't. So when you get these bigger name coaches to come down there, like a Deion Sanders, and Ed saw what Deion did at Jackson, and he wanted to repeat that at Bethune-Cookman, but he didn't stand a chance because they are underfunded. They play in these bad facilities. He didn't have the necessary things they need. What is that? Make it a double.
That's my new tag.
That's funny. Damn, I thought I sent you I didn't send you the Ed Reed letter. I thought I did. No. There you go. I just sent it. We're gonna put that up. But I'm not gonna put it up right now, but I'll let you know when to put it up. There was a lot going on down there, and last week, it came to a head. Ed was pissed. Like, why does my football team have, like, we're up here picking up trash? And I think he might have found a place where they could, it was something. Like, it was something that he wanted to put to use. And he was upset. He was mad. He like, y'all, I'm down here and I'm doing all of this shit and I don't have a contract yet. He hadn't signed his contract. And then Saturday, it came out that he was no longer the coach. And I'm sitting at work, and as I'm going to read this off, I'm going to put it up on the screen. The writing is small. I got to take my sunglasses off of this. You know, them 40-year-old eyes, boy, this shit get crazy. This is a statement on, this was a statement on Friday. Bethune-Cookman University has been working with my legal team to craft contract terms with the language and resources we knew were needed to build a successful football program. It's my desire to not only coach football, but to be an agent of change that most people just talk about being. However, after weeks of negotiations, I've been informed that the university won't be ratifying my contract and won't make good on the agreement we had in principle, which had provisions and resources best needed to support student athletes. I was committed to coaching and cultivating a relationship with the universities, players, community, and the fans. It's extremely disappointing this won't happen. Where we at? Thank you to those who share my vision and believe the greatness can be achieved with the right environment and surroundings. Although we couldn't make things work at BCU, the goal and the mission are still the same. We serve to lead. We will continue with our pillars: respect, educate, empower, dream. Our efforts will remain about the kids through our foundation via our health and wellness program, camps, and funding. We won't stop changing fundraising. We won't stop changing lives for the better as we've done for over 20 years. Now, I read that and I was very sad, and I watched his IG live, and it was so like it. If y'all know Ed Reed, y'all know how he was on the field. Y'all know how passionate he was. He went off. He sat those kids down and straight up told them, I didn't quit on y'all. They made me leave. I'm paraphrasing when I say that. And that's right, Lawrence, you're right. They didn't put money into the state. That's why they had a water crisis down there. And, you know, they hadn't cleaned this office. I know they just dealt with some flooding down there not too long ago. And that was one of the things Ed complained about, like his office wasn't cleaned out. The old coach's shit was still in the office. He had to go through that. Like, it was a lot that he had to go through down there. And that is not just a Bethune-Cookman problem. That is an HBCU problem. Eddie George took the job at Tennessee State. He's been there for a year or two, I believe. I know it's been 1 year. It may be two. But they just found out like a few months ago that they've had money like withheld or taken from them or something like that in the upwards of like 300 to 400 million. So Tennessee State got some money coming to them. And that got me to thinking, I wonder if that's the same at a Jackson State, at a Bethune-Cookman, at a Hampton, at a Howard, at a North Carolina A&T, at a Florida A&M. It makes you wonder, are all of these states doing this with these schools and just not giving them their money? Now, we all have been on this, and this is something that I saw or something that I read that was a very profound statement from a very profound gentleman. His name slips me now. But he was like, with the Ed Reed thing, he was like, a lot of people are only standing up and talking about this HBCU thing because we went through a racial crisis 3 years ago. And I kind of agree with that. No, not kind of agree. I do agree with that. That was one of the reasons why Prime did go down there. He felt the need. I was like, all right, I'm needed down here. So I'm going to go down here for these couple of years. And I still think that Deion did his job. He served his purpose. He did what he set out to do. He brought attention to HBCUs. He brought more attention to HBCUs in 2 years than anybody has done over the last, in my lifetime. I do remember back in the day when I was a kid, they had HBCU games on BET. George Johnson used to do the highlights for them. I remember that shit. I do remember watching those Battle of the Bands. I'm just, everybody's not me. Everybody doesn't dig and search for certain shit like I do. But I do remember that. Another thing I do remember, and we talk about HBCUs, and a lot of them really don't give a shit to me, honestly. Because I remember going to college fairs when I was in high school, and the only HBCUs I remember that was at the job fair, the college fair that I went to was Central State and Howard. And I was going to go to Howard. I was just telling Tim that, like, it was either Howard or bust for me. Because that's when I realized, like, all right, Don, we're not going to go to the U to play football. It's just not going to happen for you. I knew that. It was like, all right, well, I want to go to Howard. I wanted to go, if I wasn't going to go to the U to play football, which, at 16, it's like, yeah, that's not happening, nigga. Let's do something else. Let's try to get the ESPN now. Let's try to get this sports talk shit popping. I wanted to go to Howard. I wanted to go to a HBCU, and I would have. I just, at that time, I'm like, all right, I can't afford to go. I couldn't afford to go. Even with the financial aid, trying to move me to DC, it just wasn't in the cards for me to go. And had I, I could have went to Central, but I didn't. Again, it was Howard or bust me. My mind was made up. Like, I was going to go to Howard. I don't even, like, my kid gets college letters sent to the house. Do HBCUs even send those out? Like, how do kids apply to these colleges now? Do they look them up and just apply? Do they have these college fairs now? Like, where are the HBCUs? It's a ton of them. It's a ton of them. So how come these HBCUs don't try to come and get these black kids? Why don't us as parents try to push our children to go to HBCUs? My parents didn't push for me to go to a HBCU. They just wanted me to go to college. They didn't give a fuck where I went. I could have went to Tri-C. My parents wouldn't have gave a fuck. Like, why? If you had, you don't have kids, do you, Tim?
Nah.
Keep it that way. But
I mean, legally, I got to.
Legally, you have to. Now, are they of age? They're young?
Yeah.
Now, when that time comes for them to go to school or go to college, one, are you pushing them to go to college? And two, would you try to direct them to go to a HBCU? Or it don't matter to you?
So I would like to go to a HBCU, like them to go to a HBCU. However, I want them to go what's best for what they want to do.
Right. That's a good fucking answer, Tim. I'm glad I asked you. I'm glad you're here. Honestly, again, if I could do it all over again, I would have went to Howard, or I would have went to Central State. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I would have had that, if I had a chance, if I got a chance to hop in Michael J. Fox's DeLorean and go back to 16-year-old Don at South House, and go to that that career fair, I'm filling out those applications for Central State and for Howard University, and I'm getting into the both of them, and I'm gonna choose one. If the situation is the same, I can't afford to move to DC, I'm gonna go to Central State.
I probably would have went to Clark Atlanta.
That's a good one. It's just
Georgia Tech, even though it's not HBCU, I'd have went down there.
Shit, it's Atlanta. And you're right, Lawrence. Central State was a big party school. But name a school in Ohio that ain't a party school, though. They all party schools. I went to all of them college campuses. Akron, Kent, Ohio U is like the second or third biggest party school after Florida and West Virginia.
I heard Bowling Green go crazy.
Bowling Green goes nuts. Bowling Green is lit. Toledo is lit. Miami of Ohio lit. Ohio State, big lit. I went to a party down there Cincinnati. I was like, oh, this is lit down here. Like the schools in Ohio, they be getting it popping. They do. I said Kent State, right? I said Akron, right? Like, it goes down. Central State, Wilberforce. It goes down, man. It's nuts. But back to Ed, like, I stand with Ed Reed. His passion, like, you could see it. A lot of people, like, some of it, I do understand what some people are saying, though. Like, you didn't have to blast them like that. It's certain things that you have to keep. Tiffin is another one. L, you right about that one. It's certain things you have to keep in-house or do in-house. But to counter that, I'm thinking to myself, well, what if he did do all of these things before he went public? What if he did go to them and say, hey, can y'all get somebody to clean out my office? Can y'all get a crew of people or people in this community to come and clean up this area right here and clean up this garbage that's over here? What if he did do that? We don't know, because a lot of things are still coming out. Like, he's still talking. I think Ed needs to take a week or so to calm himself down, where he can, and then he can really sit down and get to talking about it, because where he's at right now, and as angry as he is, like, it's just gonna come off as him looking like an angry black man to the masses. For those of us that know him and know what he's about, as I'm watching him do it, all I can go back to is his halftime speech at Miami, where dude asked him, was he all right? He say, no, I'm not okay. I'm hurt. I'm hurting, dog. Like, y'all just got to go back and look at that. That's what I hear when I'm hearing him talking to these kids, and I'm hearing him talk to these recruits that are coming in for the weekend, that the school told him, no, yo, you got to cancel that. He said, fuck y'all, I'm not canceling that. These people are here. They done spent money that they probably don't have to spend to come and visit here so I can talk to them. He had recruits and he had the team in this building where he was making his speech. He went on IG Live. Like, it's how y'all can go look at it. Like, he was pissed. He was emotional. And I could just go back to that speech at Miami. No, I'm not okay. I'm hurting, dog. We can beat this team. This team not better than us. Let's go out and let's beat these motherfuckers. That's what the basis of the whole speech was. But this story is going to continue. I'm going to continue to follow this story. Anytime Ed Reed go live, I'm clicking on it on IG just to get checkups on it and see and just check on him. And I'm sending him messages You know what I'm saying? I'm commenting on shit like I'm standing with you, Ed. I'm with you, Ed. Whatever you doing, I am standing with you. It's wrong what they doing. Reggie Theus is down there being a punk. It's all, why is it always our own people? And I know we had time and it's time to go. I got one more thing before we get out of here. But why does it always have to be one of our own? Why is it one of our own get into a position, in a higher position, and look down at the rest of us like we ain't shit? Like they won't do to you what they've done to us. Like they won't knock your ass off that pedestal and now you back down here with us. So man, you see how they did me. No, nigga, get out of my face. You look down on me like I wasn't shit when you was up there with them. Why is it always our own people? Why is that? Why can't we just, I don't know, man. I guess that's a question that we will never get an answer to. I don't think we'll ever get an answer to. That shit been burning me up all week. It really have. That shit been burning the inside of my soul all week long, man.
I think he's gonna be back, man.
I think so. I believe so. He's gonna get a job somewhere.
Yeah, if he don't get it back there, I think somebody gonna bring him in.
They have to. But at the same time, he has to calm down. He does have to calm it down. He does have to get himself together. The fire, the emotion, and all of that, I'm with it. I get it. But they looking. Somebody, they looking like, well, do we really want to bring that in? Or do we really want to bring him into our program? That's probably what some are thinking. There's going to be one person who knows the vision and has enough vision to be like, I see your passion. I want you to bring that passion to my school and to my community. It's always one. And all it takes is just one person to see the vision and give him the shot. And I believe somebody's going to do it if he don't end up out of Colorado with Prime.
I'm about to start calling Ed Reed, what's his name? Mr. Clark from Lean On Me. They used to call me Crazy Joe. Now you can call me Batman.
All right, man. Before I get out of here, today marks 3 years since we lost Kobe Bryant. Hence the Kobe Bean jersey today. I said I'm aware. I wear this jersey 2 times a year. 3 times a year. I wear it on January 26th. I wear it on 8/24, on August the 24th. And I wear it on his birthday. Those are the days I wear this particular jersey. Kobe Bryant means a lot to me. Kobe Bryant has a huge impact on my life. Like, I practice Mamba mentality, head down to the finish line, tunnel vision. I was one of the few people who rocked with Kobe from the time he got drafted in 96, won the MVP of the rookie game right here downtown in Cleveland, won the dunk contest, took Brandy to prom. I've rocked with Kobe from that. I used to argue with people over Kobe and Iverson for I've been arguing that shit. And I argue when LeBron first came in the league, everybody was like, no, he's not better than him yet. Like, Kobe is still him. LeBron is going to get there. He hasn't passed him yet. And I had that argument up until 2008-ish. Yeah, about 2008, when they all went to the Olympics. And that's when LeBron, they became even, they got even, and then Bron just passed him going into 2009, 2010, before he started winning championships. And Kobe was at his end, man. Like, this day still, to me, like, I grieve for Kobe. I really grieved him as if he was a member of my family. And I still, like, to this day, it's hard for me to watch the 81-point game, which took place the day after my birthday. So I'm always have my birthday, January 21st and January 22nd. Is always going to be Kobe dropped 81. I was one of the few who was celebrating when he won his first ring without Shaq. I was one of the only ones celebrating when he won his second ring without Shaq and passing Shaq in the ring count. During the whole Shaq and Kobe fiasco, I sided with Kobe.
Tell me how my ass tastes.
That was a great touch, though. That was funny. I enjoyed that. I really did enjoy that. I thought that was funny. That was, that was Shaq being Shaq. In the whole Shaq and Kobe thing, I took Kobe's side, and I was by myself. I was literally by myself with that. A lot of people they shitted on Kobe until he died, and then all of a sudden everybody want to love him. Y'all didn't love him. Y'all called him a ball hog. Y'all called him a snitch. Y'all called him a team cancer. And you know what? Only one of his teammates don't like him. And his name is Smush Parker, who is currently trying to become an NBA referee. All of his other teammates, the Lamar Odoms, the Ron Artest, the Pau Gasols, hell, even the Kwame Browns of the world.
Even Shaq.
Everybody, they said it. Like, the way he worked and he put in the work, which is why he became as great as he was. So rest in peace, Kobe Bean. We love you and we still miss you. And your presence is felt throughout the NBA today. I look at Jason Tatum and watch Jason Tatum play and say, Jesus Christ, he plays like Kobe. Where he catches the ball, where he shoots, his hot spots on the floor, he plays like Kobe. Devin Booker has a little Mamba mentality in him. Kyrie Irving is the epitome of the Mamba mentality. When Kyrie Irving hit that shot, the biggest shot in NBA history over Steph Curry, what did he say in his post-game press conference? Mamba mentality. So the Mamba mentality is forever going to live on. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace, Gigi Bryant. Rest in peace to the 9 others on that plane, on that helicopter. We gonna get out of here, man. Make sure y'all come and kick it with your boy tomorrow. I'm gonna be at Networks. Come on and kick it with your boy, man. We gonna have some fun. Y'all have my voice back. Make sure y'all tune in next week, man. I'll be back. Y'all know what it is, man. Always protect your peace, protect your energy. The message is more important than the messenger. And creators, be great. Stay positive. This negative energy is trash. Peace.